let's see here. So you've played a lot of softball. You've seen all the levels. You mentioned when you first started, you kind of came in at E,
Hmm.
moved up to D. So for those who don't know, I don't really know a whole lot about any of this, but it's the lower what would you say? The lower in the alphabet. So letter E is
Hmm.
the lower level, and as you move up, A, and then there's double A,
Double A and then major.
and then major. Okay,
Hmm.
so you kind of climb the ranks that way. But as you kind of watch teams play now, are there any kind of mistakes that you feel like you see just consistently with, especially maybe less experienced players? That doesn't have to be hitting; it can also be
Hmm.
defense, whatever it is.
Hmm. Yeah, so there's a ton of mistakes that happen even at our level. I mean, there's
Mm-hmm.
times where I need to be pulling the ball and I don't pull the ball. It's
Yeah.
just like I fall into the pitcher's pitch instead of hitting my pitch.
Okay. Yep.
Um, it's just knowing the position that you're in and knowing your role on the team
Mm-hmm.
is basically the biggest thing that I would say people get caught up in.
Okay.
Just because there's 10 girls in the stands, no one's on base, and you're up there trying to hit a home run. That's gonna
Yeah.
hurt.
Yeah.
That hurts your team.
Yeah.
It really does. And hats off to those people that try to play the game the right way. As in,
Mm-hmm.
if no one's on, you're trying to push the ball oppo,
Yeah.
right, to set something up to get something going. Um,
Yeah.
and they'd rather roll the dice on trying to get a base hit, and they might get out.
Mm-hmm.
Getting out means your average drops.
Mm-hmm.
People don't like to see that, so some people would rather just blow it out for a home run. Hey,
Sure.
I'm batting 1,000 still.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what I see.
Yeah. Now, talk about a little bit of a situation. What sort of a situation would you need to be pulling the ball? So you hit lefty.
Hmm.
When is that your approach?
When there's runners on first and second,
Okay.
basically it's always hitting behind the runner, correct?
Okay.
You're always taught to hit behind the runner, and it's still from baseball to softball. It still is the same thing, and bases loaded. So being a lefty is kind of nice, right? We can kind of pull the ball whenever we want and be fine.
Yeah.
It's when you think that you can do something in a certain situation. It's like first and second, and the pitcher throws me like an outside strike, and you take it. You're like, all right, good pitch. The
Mm.
next time he throws another one and it's outside, and you try to go oppo with it,
Mm-hmm.
and then you roll over, you're like, well, crap, there's a double play.
Yeah.
You didn't do your job.
Yeah.
So
I think what you're saying too, and so if you have got first and second, you're wanting to pull the ball, you get an outside pitch, you're gonna even if it's a nice ball that you think you could drive to left field, you're gonna let that go because it's not really setting you up to pull the ball.
right,
Yeah, which
yep.
takes a lot of restraint. So
Hmm.
I'm sure there's just a lot of mental training that has to go into that as well, and just really working on all of that in the batting practice and such.
There is, yes, there's a lot of batting practice that goes into it. So I see a lot of people out there, they like to do tee work.
Hmm.
um I'll do some tee work, but I feel like if you do more tee work than live hitting,
Mm.
it actually hurts you
Okay.
because you're not getting your timing down with the
Mm.
with the ball that's coming in, so that you can swing and work on stuff with a live ball, with a
Yeah.
live pitch. So I think that a good combination would be about like 70-30, 70 live pitching,
Mm.
30% tee work.
Okay.
That's what has worked for me.
Yeah.
Now it might not work for someone else. They might be the opposite. It might be
Mhm.
70% tee, 30% live, but you have to do it in order to find out what works for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Now you're getting ready for pregame routine. You mentioned you use is it Jimmer stick or Jimmy stick?
Jimmer.
Jimmer stick. So you
Yes.
can swing. Just walk us through a little bit.